Hi! Today we're talking about the for sale by owner process, or FSBO process, of selling your home in Utah. With Seasons Real Estate, and today we're talking about how you can go through the for sale by owner process in the great state of Utah. So the first thing is coming up with the value of your property. Now there's plenty of online tools that will help you figure out roughly what the value of your property is. You could potentially pay for an independent appraisal to find out the value, but making sure that you price your house correctly is the best way to get your house sold. The second part is the professional marketing. So that's the photos and the staging. That's where you really want to put your money, because that is where most of the buyers are going to find your property. Now, when we're talking about getting the buyers finding your property, that is your online exposure. So that is getting your home listed on Redfin, KSL, and Zillow. Now, you can pay to have your home listed on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, but when you do that, you're typically going to be paying a buyer's agent commission, or BAC. So you'll need to decide if you want to pay a buyer's agent and how much you're going to pay them to bring their able, ready, and willing buyer to your process. The next step you're going to want to look into is how are you going to show the property? Are you going to be able to take time off work to make sure you're there for every showing? Are you going to give a lockbox code out to strangers to let them go to your house? Are you going to give a lockbox code out to strangers to give to them so they can go tour your house? What's the best process to safely let people in your house but also not waste a whole bunch of your time? Then, if you're lucky and you get a contract, how do you negotiate that contract? You need to be able to verify that the buyer is qualified, so definitely ask for an approval letter. The next step is making sure that the approval letter was not just a 5-second conversation with the lender, that they actually verified documents. So what I typically do is call the lender and ask them what they've got from the buyer in terms of qualification to make sure that they are a strong qualified buyer. Because the last thing you want is a buyer to keep you off the market for 45 days just to cancel on you with no repercussions. Because once you're no longer the new shiny object on the market, it's always a little bit trickier. So you made it through the marketing, you made it through the negotiation, and now you're under contract. The first thing you're required as a seller is to give your seller disclosures and your title report to the buyer so they can verify that you are who you say you are. Now, the seller disclosures is a 7-page form. If you'd like a copy of the seller disclosures, reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you a blank copy to fill out. So once you've successfully negotiated the contract, the next piece is the title process. So as part of the Utah contract, you do have to work with a title company to sell your home. So you have to have them be kind of the third-party intermediary. So picking your title company, making sure that they order your payoff, and making sure that they're keeping track of all the documents as well as you keeping track of the documents. Then you're going to be negotiating repairs, because your buyer's probably going to have an inspection, go through the inspection process, decide if the house is right for them, and then potentially ask for repairs. So you'll be negotiating that. You'll need to decide what items you're willing to repair, what items you're not willing to repair, and if you're going to do a price reduction or other items like that. So the next step is you're going to have an appraisal done on the property. If it comes in lower, you're going to have to go back with the buyer and renegotiate the appraisal. Either they pay more, you drop your price. It kind of depends on how you want to negotiate that. And then you're going to coordinate closing and moving. This is probably the most stressful part after everything is said and done, because people have different expectations of how clean the house should be, when they should be able to get the keys, when they should be able to move in, and when you're supposed to be out. So balancing those last few steps can be a little tricky. Now, if you are in the great state of Utah and you are thinking about selling your house as a for sale by owner and you would like a free copy of the seller disclosures, reach out to me here with your email and we will send that on to you, because I know it can be a stressful process and we want to help make it easier for you. Or if you made it to the very end of this video and you realize that selling as a for sale by owner might be more than you want to take on, reach out to me here. I'd love to show you how I make my sellers more money than I cost them 99% of the time through my marketing and staging and photography and negotiating and everything that comes along with being a top producing realtor. Okay.